my elation of how well things went on the Pokemon cards and how the market spiked and there was buyouts. Turns out it was a pretty big scam. Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure to subscribe so you have a chance to win. Future Drew here, and it is once again that time. It's subscriber giveaway time. 3,200 subscriber giveaway. If you would like to get entered, like the video, leave a comment, and of course, be subscribed. Subscriber giveaway, must be subscribed, and then check out next video to see who wins the subscriber giveaway. I've got 10 orders going out today. I wasn't going to film today, and if you watched last video, you heard me say that I was attempting to fill orders as late as possible in the day to possibly be able to skip today, just because I don't want to go outside anymore. It's just too cold. Hello, Blackbeard. Your timing is impeccable. But something really interesting happened that I thought was worth mentioning, talking about all that. So let's go ahead and pull some orders, and then we will get to that when the time makes sense. First thing going out, Pat54 is a Simplicity 7985 for that one right there. $7.99 free shipping. Next up, B1A is 3 Tupperware containers in the pastel. I mean, I know the one is clear, but this color scheme is, as far as Tupperware is concerned, is the pastel. And usually there is a pink. I don't know if the set was a set of 4, but the pastel also includes a pink one. That one right there, maybe I sent out an offer, but was also in the 20% off sale. $11.99 free shipping. Next up, it's a book. Adventures in Insight. Oh, it is the very first book, which makes it difficult because this shelf has these like little lip because of the faceplate here. And for that one right there, Adventures in Insight, Harold E. Cohn. And if I'm remembering correctly, this author has a very, very famous title, and this is a different title by him. And you book readers out there, let me know if I'm right on that one. For that book, 1967, hardcover with a dust jacket, $9.99 free shipping. That will go media mail, paid $0. Next up, it's a book. And Story of the Great American West. It is a big book. I'm also running out of big books, which is cool. Story of the Great American West, $10.99 free shipping right there. Next up, A2 is a Cervalier Tupperware lid. I was just talking about these in the last video because A2, not even on the right spot, tucked back here. So Jen must have listed this one, but I sold the almond one for I think $7.99, and I said generally you get around $9.99, $10.99 depending on the color. And for the green, because this is an avocado, so this is like actual green Tupperware replacement Cervalier lid. This is the 4.5 inch. I don't think it says in the listing, but the 5.5 inch, 6 inch, something like that. But for this one, $9.99 free shipping. If you sold the container with this, it would end up being quite expensive for the shipping. By quite expensive, I mean more than the base shipping cost like it is for this one. And the additional amount of money you would get, probably not worth it. Probably a wash because it would take extra time, effort, space, packing materials. So I like to sell the lids. Because like right here, $9.99 free shipping, $11.99 free shipping for the 3 of these. This is the same amount of money as that, with less effort, time, space, all of the things I like. But I'm not saying to pull the lids off these and sell them individually, because these lids are not the same as the Cervalier lids. The Cervalier lids with the fluted ribbed top is the pinnacle of Tupperware lids, outside of a few very niche ones, some like the pour spout ones, stuff like that. All right, I got a couple boat parts. Let me grab those and then get to the interesting part of the entire video. All right, we got $9, $2.50, and 6 of these sold for a total of $33.90 plus shipping on all of them. But because this one is a combined order, a multi-quantity combined order, I am combining the shipping, saving money, therefore making more money, more money, more money. It's not as much as before when I did all my under a pound stuff as free shipping, because then I would get, even though that wasn't charging them shipping, the shipping was baked into the price. So therefore, when they would order multiple things and I would combine it, I'm getting the total shipping over and over for however many items they get. Whereas when you buy something that does have shipping and the order gets combined by eBay, that shipping, it adds up what the individual shipping poundage is, and then it gives a total for that. But even the poundage I round up, so I still am making a couple dollars there, which is great. Also, I would much rather sell 6 of these at one time than sell one of them a week for the next 6 months. Also, you save on packing material and time and effort. Combined orders are the best. And then the next thing, I do have actually 2 TCG Player card orders going out for decent money. One of them's pretty expensive card, like $10+, which for cards is pretty expensive for me. And the other one's about a $5 order, so about $15, $16 for that. But I had on TCG Player, which if you don't know, TCG Player is a trading card game, that's TCG, resale site, kind of like your eBay, also owned by eBay. I did find out, because I was really looking forward to when, because eBay bought TCG Player, when they would add something like eBay standard envelope and integrate shipping right into TCG Player, so I didn't have to do it myself and use stamps and buy stamps every time and all that kind of stuff. It'd be a lot less hassle. I wouldn't have to address every envelope. I don't hand address them, but I print it out and stick it on there. It would all happen in one printing. I found out second-hand, third-hand. They found out from somebody who works at TCG Player. I found out from them. Even when they told me, they said, well, you know, I heard this from them, how true that is, that the interface that is TCG Player is not set up in a way that they could add something like integrated shipping without redoing the whole thing. So it looks unlikely for that to actually happen, which really bums me out. But what did happen, I had one of these Evolving Skies Elite Trainer boxes sell. They did a restock of them 6 months ago or something, and I bought, I think, like 8. And my intention was to flip them fairly quickly. So the first one I sold for $75 plus shipping. Actually, the first 2, because I listed 2, and that was a mistake, because on TCG Player, they don't charge twice for that shipping. I have $14.99 shipping set up on something this size, but when they bought 2, it still only charged them $14.99 shipping. So that actually, the reverse of what I normally say of combining shipping saves money and makes more money. So I'm only listing them one. You're losing your mind. Blackbeard's in a weird mood. He's over here sniffing stuff, getting crazy. And I took 3 more items out of the store. As I've been running the 20% off sale, I go to whatever's the cheapest item in that sale and I go, is it worth selling this thing anymore? And the answer has been no 3 times, and I'll probably do it again today. I sold the first 2, $75 plus ship. This one, it pinged. This one sold for $100 plus shipping, because after I sold those first 2, I listed one more, made the price $100, and just waiting for the price to get to me. That one came up, so I listed another one, because I still have more to sell, and I put it at $125 plus shipping. Moments later, cha-ching, that one sells. So right now I have another one listed for $150 plus shipping, but what had happened is these sell on TCG Player at a rate of about 3 to 5 of those a week. That's not a lot. TCG Player is pretty good about information as far as sales history, but someone is doing, and it's really weird because the 2 I sold were not to the same person. Yesterday, the 18th, if you look, there was 40 of them that got sold in the same day. So I don't know if there was an influencer who made a video and it really spiked the interest, which is already the most expensive modern set you can get. I don't know how much more interest could come about. Maybe, you know, like a Jake or Logan Paul or somebody like that. Mr. Beast mentioned it and all of a sudden, boom, it spikes up. But it was just wild to see. That's good news for me, who still holds a bunch of these. A bunch is a few, I'll say a few of these, that I possibly don't have to hang on to these long term to make some good returns off of them. $100 for the one, $125 for the other. That's just great. The problem with it is TCG Player, $125 plus $14.99 shipping. I still only made like $105 before cost of goods. The fees are pretty crazy, and they might be comparable to eBay. It's just TCG Player, they're very in your face. This is what the item sold for. This is how much your shipping was. This is how much money we are sucking out of you. And it's always shocking. That was great bonus money. Turned a terrible sales day into a pretty good one. Well, that is disappointing. I went to pack up the TCG Player orders. I had to bring in some help.
Hello! Hello!
All right. The more expensive one, the $124.99 plus shipping, they canceled that order at some point. So I think it's a bit of market manipulation, because when there's so few available on the platform, say you're somebody that's at that $150 plus shipping range, and you just buy out the 30 that are cheaper than you, you are now the cheapest price. I think it might be something like that was happening to a degree. I really don't know. So I relisted that one at $124.99, and then from there the market has moved to, you know, to that next bracket where the next one, whenever that'll be $150, and then I think I was taking a look to see exactly how many I have left to sell, but I think I have this one that I'm holding for myself, and then I have 2 more up here. So that one will sell for $150, one will sell for $200, and then that one I'll hold on till, whenever. Till the price gets frothy enough that I say, okay, it's time to go. Which $200 might be it. Depends on when it happens. If it's $200 in the next couple months, they're all gone. Because I can turn that money into much more money, no matter what the price of those eventually end up being. No, they're not $50, $150. Future Drew here. I delayed making this second half of this video until I was able to come to some kind of resolution, because my elation of how well things went on the Pokemon cards and how the market spiked and there was buyouts and all that kind of stuff, turns out it was a pretty big scam. There was many accounts, I don't know if they were hacked or if it was credit card fraud, and they were ordering on, what happened is they had many cards, and then they were ordering from many accounts. So I think they must have hacked the accounts themselves, because if not, it'd be very weird that you would steal a bunch of credit cards and they would randomly all work on the same platform. So my guess is it was a bunch of accounts got hacked on TCG Player, is my assumption. I can't get any answers of any kind about that, because TCG Player's customer service, if you think eBay's customer service is bad, TCG Player's literally doesn't exist. There's no way to contact them except you can email them. And I'll try to wrap this story up a little better. I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out at once. That's never a good plan. The only way to get a hold of them is to email them. I got a confirmation of the email 4 days later. I got a confirmation that someone read the email a couple days after that, and that's it. And so what happened is there was a buyout of a bunch of these Evolving Skies Elite Trainer boxes, which normally 1 to 5 of those sell a day, and there was 50 plus that sold in one day, which you set your own price. So as the cheaper ones are bought, the more expensive ones go on and on and on, and it's a cascading effect, which was great for me, I thought, because I have a few of them. But then the owner of that account emailed me or messaged me and said, hey, my credit card was stolen, or my account was hacked, or whatever, however they worded it, but this is a fraudulent account. I've already taken it up with my credit card. My thought is I'm double screwed, because it's going to get to the destination, which that was the weird part, is they were being sent to different destinations. So I'm not really wrapping around exactly how they were doing, what their scam was or how they were doing this scam, but there had to be multiple people and they had to live in multiple states for this to actually transpire. It seems like a lot of work and a lot of risk for the limited upside. I don't know. But again, TCG Player is not going to give me any answers, which is a subsidiary of eBay, so that makes sense. So I was like, okay, I'm going to not only lose the product, I'm going to get a charge back, and I'm going to lose the money, so yay me. But it was still in transit. So what I did is while I was at the post office that day, I said, hey, can you stop this package? It's fraudulent. There's a crime happening here. And they said, actually, you can go to the website, and which this bothered me because I know they could have done it right there. I like my post office, so I didn't want to push the issue, but they have a computer on the back. Anything you can do on the website, they can walk you through in office. They just didn't want to. Wasn't going to push the issue. I'm smart enough to figure it out. So I went home, filled out the paperwork, paid the $18 to reverse the package. And that's why I was waiting, because the package went through 3 more locations before it finally got stopped, and it didn't get stopped until its final destination post office, which is not how it's supposed to happen. And I mentioned that to my post office the next time I was in there, and they said, yeah, the first time I had a, I can't remember the title of it, reverted package or a package intercept, that they also didn't know what that meant and shoved the package along. Okay, so that's a great system, because if it had made it to the destination, there was no way I was getting that $18 back, which would have been the very worst case scenario. I would have lost my money, lost the item, and paid extra money. But it finally reverted, and it's on its way back, so that's why I'm now filming the ending, because I wanted to have some type of resolution in the video. So if this does happen to you, where in its transit, you find out something is bad, something is hinky, something doesn't seem right, you can, because you are the sender, through USPS, you can intercept that package and have it sent to you. You can even intercept it and have it sent to a different address. So if you have a mailing address issue that comes up, but it does cost $18. So the dollar amount of the package would have to make sense. If it was a if it had been a $50 item, I probably wouldn't even done anything. I would have said, well, that's a bummer. I probably just would have chalked it up to doing business and went on with my day, because it was a pain. Also, the receipt I got from USPS says that I had paid $18 to get it sent to the address I sent it to originally. When you get the receipt says it backwards. I showed that to the post office. They said, that doesn't look right. I'm like, I know. It says that I paid $18 to continue the package to the fraudulent house. So that also something to be aware of, look out for, because also USPS, their customer service, non-existent. You're not going to get any help. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging with that story without something to resolve it with. But while we're in here, might as well pull some orders. First thing going out is A5. It's some Bose speakers right up here on A5, which as I was moving stuff around the other day, I noticed that I had another one of, not these two, but the third speaker that goes with this. And I'm curious if that speaker existed when that listing got put up, or if I've just come across another one in that time period. I really don't know. I did pull a couple more items out of the store. I finally gave up on this Jeff Foxworthy Monopoly. This is one of those retail arbitrage items that was a complete bust. Complete bust. I have 4 or 5 of these. I've sold 0 of them, and I think I had them listed for like, I think I was just trying to get some money back. I think I had them listed for like $8 plus shipping, $5 plus shipping. So I was like, I'm gonna put them on local marketplace for $5 a piece. If that doesn't work, Christmas gifts if I'm ever in one of those, what do they call it when you're white elephant gift? If I ever have like one of those gift swaps, that's what's going in it. For the speakers, $19 plus shipping. Speaking of shipping, actually, boop, 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 tip of the day. And the tip of the day today is eBay has integrated cubic shipping for Ground Advantage. I don't know if it goes beyond Ground Advantage, but just to be safe, let's assume it goes out on to other shipping services. Most of you probably already heard this information for a while now. It's a couple weeks old, but just in case, I used to, for all my packages, I would put in one of 2 things. I would put in 888 if it was smaller, or I would put in 13139 for priority, because the number 7 priority boxes, that is their outside dimensions, 13139, and that's the biggest I normally send priority, which I basically send nothing priority anymore. But now that it's cubic, those prices are calculated before the sale. Whereas before, it would be just in a range. So it really didn't matter what you put in. It was just a weight range. And as long as it was below 13139, let me rephrase that, as long as it was below a cubic foot, it would just matter the weight range. But now with the cubic shipping, the size and weight matters. So if you have all of your items at 13139 and they're all 4 ounces, they're going to charge people for that additional space. And the reverse is true. Say you're somebody who just goes 111. All your packages, no matter the weight, no matter the actual size, are going to get charged for that. Well, the weight still matters, but it'll get calculated with that 1 by 1 by 1 cubic size, which will greatly short you on your shipping. For me, I took it as that's a bummer, but I'm not going to go back and check my shipping on 1,000 items. I'm not doing it. For the most part, it'll either get, if it's on the high end for the shipping, it'll get figured out. Either someone will message me and say, hey, why is the shipping so high? Or I'll run a sale and it'll bring the price of the item down to make that overall price work out. Or if it comes in and I'm short, my eBay discount will hopefully take care of that. So it's nothing out of pocket. And then just going forward, I'm going to be more accurate. Because eBay didn't announce it. That's the worst part. They didn't tell anybody. They're just going to wait till you figure it out. They're going to wait till you get screwed over on a package. And that's just disgusting. I hate that. Next up, possibly oldest item in the store, B3E is a fireplace tool handle. It's like an ornate handle. And I used to do a lot of fireplace sets, the like broom and shovel and poker and all that. I would buy them relentlessly. The condition really does matter, or else you gotta do a lot of cleaning. The best case is the ones you find at like an estate sale where they're decorative. They're real, but they never used it in their fireplace. Those are the best ones to find because they're not covered in soot and everything. I had a set where one of them was different than the rest, but it was this cool ornate handle. So I was like, I don't know, somebody might want that eventually. 5 years later, I got $9 free shipping. So because it's so small and it was in a drawer, like, what does it matter? I mean, yeah, I'm okay with that. That thought that I had instead of just throwing it away, but not like I'm gonna go out and start searching for it. Next up is a remote in a remote location. It is a Toshiba, which I am almost completely out of the remote game. And it's this one right here, Toshiba CT95 blah blah blah, nobody cares. And for that, $7.01 free shipping. Is that good money? No. Is that profits? Yes. Would I list it for $7.01? No. Did I pay anything for it? No. Next up, A2 is I think it's a dual cassette, but it's Eric Clapton. Yes, it is a dual set, and this is new in package, Eric Clapton Blues. I think those are two separate cassettes, and it was just like a bundle deal. I'm not positive on that, but I got an offer. I had at one point listed that very high. I paid very little. I got a bulk lot of cassettes for a couple bucks, and there was, I don't know, 30 cassettes in it or something. They were very good, though. They were a lot of the late 90s, early 2000s punk alternative type stuff. That's kind of the good range for cassettes. $20 free shipping is what I accepted. That will go media mail. I think I originally had it listed like $50. I was the only one that was new in pack. Next up, it's a book. And the book is Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, Mark Twain, right here. And for that book, $8.57 free shipping. And the sale that I have been running on my non-boat parts, and there's also some other items not in the sale, but I have bumped it up to 22%. I'll probably run that probably to the end of February. And then bump it up to maybe 25. I might go back through and remove a couple items before I make it all the way up to 25, but it's been going okay. I mean, as you see, I have been accomplishing what I was attempting to do, which is, and the shelves are very unorganized. If I organized them, there would be a ton of space, but you'll see it has very much opened up space, especially if I move those two sleeping bags that are not listed in the store, so they should not be up there, but I haven't gone to storage in a couple days. Actually, those have been up there for weeks, so that's not a good excuse. But for the book, if I didn't say $8.57 free shipping, media mail, it's a book, paid $0. Next up, D3 is some vintage geese. D3 brass geese, to be specific. Oh, that's cool. I thought they were just lined up in the picture, but they are actually like lined up. This is a one piece. That's actually pretty neat. For that item, $15.59 free shipping. I got that in a lot of brass. Less than $1. Next up, C2 is a Department 56 Snow Babies. Even when I said C2, it didn't sound right. It's on B2, because I remembered it being visible. Like I'd passed over it a few times. But right there, you'll see in the picture, it is Powder Puff. Actually, let me make sure, because I do have more than one of these for sale. Maybe this isn't the right one. Nope, that's it. Powder Puff. So I think I have a golf one as well, unless I might have sold that one already. But the Snow Babies, Not a lot of money. For that one right there, $14.03, free shipping. I'll put this in a box. It's in styrofoam. It'll be perfectly fine. Not something I would pick up. I've sold big sets of the Snow Babies. If they're new and you get them really cheap, which I have no clue how much I paid for that, but it maybe a couple bucks, I wouldn't do it again. Next up, got a repeat buyer. They got a Jewel Pop E1, a Fairy Dust, which I think is this one. Yep, right here, Fairy Dust, Green Pop, which this is going to be Murano Glass. Come on, I can never get these to focus in. And for that one, $17.15, free shipping. All right, and then for boat parts, we have this one, part number 82, blah, 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 nobody cares. $4.24 plus shipping. And then this doohickey dongle thingy-mabobber condenser, it actually says there, $33.74 plus shipping, which brings the boat part profits total to $2,942.74, and it could hit $3,000 today, the way things are going. Actually, just had another boat part come in for around $40, so if I sell one more boat part today, I will make it to that $3,000 profit mark. That's just pretty awesome. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, little Jeep. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this.